Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Mano 777 and we're back inside of Destiny. Yes, this is what I look like. This is a setup very similar to my Twitch live streams. If you're interested in checking those out, all that information is down in the description box below. But this is a YouTube video. Why am I using a face cam? Well, I figured out something really cool that I wanted to share with my audience. I sent it out on Twitter and we got a lot of responses from the community about what I'm going to be showing you today. So we're going to be showing you that here in just a few seconds. But first of all, I wanted to thank all of my followers on Twitch, my 1,300 followers on Twitch. Thank you so much for following, as well as we're nearing 2,500 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you so much for joining in the community and being part of a game that I absolutely love. If you ever need a raid, if you ever need to do a black spindle run, those are the two things that my channel specializes in, as well as nightfalls, things like that. We have a pretty cool community of people who run Trials of Osiris and get people to the lighthouse. Just a really awesome, supportive community. Really invite you to come check out the Twitch live streams as well as the rest of the YouTube content. Thank you again for helping to make this community grow a whole ton. Just to let you know, I will be doing some Division content when it drops next week, but I wanted to talk to you today about something really cool that I discovered. Many of you know that I main Xbox One. Most of my friends are over there. I have my core raid team over there, and I've always just been an Xbox player. Well, I've had a lot of viewers who said, you know, Mano, you should go get a PlayStation 4. You can game with us. So I did back around the time of House of Wolves. I ran Sword for people when they were doing Crota. I helped people get through Skolas and the Prison of Elders, doing Nightfalls, all sorts of things, kind of off and on during the summer. One of the things I could never quite get used to with the PlayStation is the controller. I really prefer my Xbox One controller a lot, and this is an Xbox One Elite controller. I really enjoy using this, guys. It's really cool because it's kind of like a SCUF controller. It has paddles on the back that you can program. It's really awesome. I just like the feel of it. I've never been able to use a DualShock controller. Just never felt comfortable in my hand. I have bigger hands, so that's part of the problem too. But guys, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. You can see here, I'm working around, I'm looking around, like just checking out what's going on here in Destiny. I'm on the moon, just doing the daily mission for today. But you're gonna notice something. I'm using my Xbox One controller. Check this out. I'm not on my Xbox One at all. I'm actually on my PS4 right now, playing with my Xbox One Elite controller. Sorcery, maybe, but I wanted to share with you how I'm able to do this. There's an awesome piece of tech that you can use to get full crossover support on this. I don't work for them at all. I just had a lot of people on my Twitter say, how are you doing this? How did you discover this? What have you been doing? So I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to share the hardware side with you today. I'm also going to show you how to program and do all those other things. Guys, it's super easy. Trust me. Super, super easy. We're going to step out of Destiny for a second. I'm going to show you the hardware pieces and the components that you need to get this done. It's very simple. Some things called a Cronus Max HD. You're going to need a USB 2.0 hub and then a wireless controller for your Xbox to do this particular build. So I'll see you in just a second, guys, and I'll show you how the hardware works together. Alright guys, so you can see here that I am by my system here. You can see that I've got my MacBook Pro, my pianos, my monitors, and my electronic drum kit over here. You can kind of see how I have everything set up. Many of you may wonder why I use a MacBook Pro to stream, and the reason why I do that is because I am a music educator, a composer, and arranger, and using a Mac is significantly easier for what tasks I do and for the software that I use. There are some problems that are created by doing this and streaming, but I've solved a lot of them. And if you're interested, I'm going to leave a link to my stream video down in the description box below. But that's not what we're here today to check out. We are here to talk about how I'm able to get my Xbox One controller to connect to my PS4. And it's all because of this little device here called a Cronus Max Plus. You can see here it's just like a little USB dongle here. You can see it's got a button, it's got a number face here, and on the side it has a way to connect into a laptop or a computer with another USB cable. And what this allows you to do is take any controller from any system, as long as you put in the program, and make it communicate with the other devices. Now, there's a whole slew of instructions and things like that on Cronus Max's website. It can show you essentially how you do it. But the great thing about this is this was like $50 at Best Buy. You can find it on Amazon. It's very, very flexible. It's very, very easy to use. And it's something that works great for the reason I would need to purchase it. Again, very cheap, very easy to use, and I like it a whole ton. It does involve a tiny little bit of using a graphics interface and just plugging things in, but it's pretty simple, guys. So let's talk about what other things you need. Over here, you've got my Cronus Max, and you can see that this is set up here. I'm going to go down over here in just a second, and I'm going to show you my USB interface. You can see here that I've labeled them 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the reason is that that number 1 controller is what my Xbox One controller is plugged into. And that's the main, basically the main thing that is powered by the USB hub. It makes it the most important interface to have. Now, why does it need a USB hub? Let's go over here. This is plug-in 4. You can see that it is connected to my PS4 controller. And the reason it's doing that is because there's security software built in to a PlayStation so that, for example, if you're using other Bluetooth devices, it doesn't communicate. But the Cronus Max makes it so you don't have that issue. Okay, guys, and so by doing that, it allows you to bypass the security, makes you go past it, and allows you to communicate with all of that together. So you need to have this USB hub. This needs to be a 2.0 interface as well. Make sure you have your PS4 plugged into 4. And there are some ways to check out. You can see I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4 on there. There are some ways for you to find out what you need here. So anyways, you can see I've got my Xbox One controller plugged in here. We're going to go through here in just a second and show you how to connect it together as a group to see how all the hardware and stuff like that works. Okay, so here I'm going to take my Cronus Max HD. I'm going to make sure it's plugged into my USB interface and all the other controllers are plugged in. We're going to go ahead and plug it into my PS4 here. And what I'm going to do is once it's completely in, I'm going to go over to my Xbox One controller and push the power button for just a split second before I turn on my PlayStation. And what that is going to do is power on the controller, and that's going to send a signal to my USB hub in the Cronus Max. And we're going to go over here, we're going to take a look at the Cronus Max. It's going to light up here with a numerical display. You can see it's starting to rotate a little bit. It's going to stop on 0 here. And what that means is it's at the 0 profile. There's 10 profiles you can have in program. So if you want to use multiple controllers, you can. I'm actually going to go here in just a second, and I'm going to turn it to profile number 1 because that is the profile that I have my PlayStation set up to. And you can see the dial lights up and turns a little bit of a different color here. We're going to go over here, grab my PlayStation, make sure everything is working, and we're going to go down, grab my Xbox One Elite controller, and we're going to just show you how it actually works. Just like that. That's all it needs. It has full crossover support when you do that, guys. And what's cool about that, you don't need to change anything else. You don't need to go into any settings. You just basically use it. You plug it in, you make sure that the programming and stuff like that is good. It's awesome, guys. This is one of the coolest things I've ever found. I really do like SCUFs, but this is a cheaper option than getting a SCUF. Essentially, I buy one controller for like $150. I buy the Cronus Max for $50. And then I buy a USB hub for $15 to $20. It's very, very simple. And you can see there's no lag, there's no latency, nothing like that, guys. So I think this is an awesome solution. Again, I don't work for Cronus Max, but I think it's awesome. I really love using my Xbox One Elite controller, and I'm going to be able to play on my PS4 a whole ton now. If you have any other questions on how to make this work, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below, guys. I really appreciate everything. Appreciate you guys checking out my video. And guys, I will see you next time in the universe of Destiny.